Ladies and gentlemen, it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you fine and in good health. I'm also doing fine at this peripheral end, as you can see. Let me know where you're watching this video from, which country, which continent, and the weather condition, and what you're doing as per the various destinations you might be in. From the Middle East, I'm coming live, but there is a lot more that we need to speak about, mainly from this YouTube street. Well, Percy's interview finished. What next was a follow-up, or it was just a postmortem of what really took place. Then a journey of 1,000 miles, over thousands, still the same, the journey of 1,000 voices really got an invitation or a request from its Ernest to come and weigh in. Well, request was granted because Ernest is the one who made the request. Ernest made a request because Ernest wanted to weigh in of the issues that develop the Nyaboanze about the Nordic experience. Well, Percy did an interview. It was an apology best known to her. Whether she lied or not she lied, but majority of people outside here knows that Percy lies a lot. But because we wanted to give her a benefit of doubt according to the journey of 1,000 voices, to be that. So it's Ernest decided to go on a love-in interview with journey of 1,000 voices. A journey of 1,000 voices, the old Claudia asked Ernest a very simple question. What is happening with the Nyaboanze? Anything that you might be aware of, Nordic experience, what was it? A lot more said, and of course, as Percy could meander and gamble with the truth, its Ernest also started meandering, wanted to look at where to apportion the blame. Guess who? The blame it was apportioning to IAM-Marwa, as usual, because it is what we call a spike to any kind of content. It is a marinator that you need, anytime you need to marinate your food, therefore you must get a spices. Then that is what the name of IAM-Marwa is to other content creator. But a lot more were discussed there. A lot more happened. Deconstructing and debunking the lies that Ernest was putting forth, because Claudia couldn't imagine. So if you want to know what really went down, kindly put it here and stay tuned, because I'm going to unravel the reasons why its Ernest has to list IAM-Marwa's name with all this kind of shenanigans. Why Claudia, or a journey of thousands voices, couldn't buy its Ernest assertions and argument, and more inciting information also came out forth. So if you want to get to know more, this is the direction our discourse is headed. If you're coming across this video and this channel for the very first time, kindly click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, you shall be notified instantly by the YouTube. My loyal subscriber, may God bless you already. So let's dive in after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, the interview with Claudia and its Ernest went down. Surprisingly, the name of IAM-Marwa featured, and we could know because its Ernest tried countless times to bring the name of IAM-Marwa. Then he was debunked by Claudia, because Claudia said he doesn't want to speak for anybody because his channel and herself is not pro anyone. It's just there for women and stand with women, not because of femininity, not because of anything, but because of the necessity. A point of correction that also I want to tell Claudia, it should be necessity, but by telling them the truth as well. It's not necessity, but by throwing the truth under the rubbles. Tell them, speak to the ladies. I'm quite happy by the fact that you opening up and speaking to them. You are the person whom they trust. Their information with you. So while you're doing that, which I give you an accolade, try to tell them the truth. Sometimes tell them the truth even in the front of camera so that people could see. Tell them the truth. The same way you're so truthful with it's Ernest. Well, guys, I don't want to speak more, but I want you to watch this video below. Then we'll discuss.
But people handle things differently. Some of us, like someone like me, my tears are I think my tears are hidden deep inside my belly.
Everybody knows how to apologize and
in
to
their
cry.
own way.
So everybody has the way to cry.
Exactly. So for now, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, it's okay. Passy, apologize. Let's take it as it is and move on. But I still want to go back and talk about, because you're a YouTuber and you've been there for quite a while. I'm still very young. Yeah. So what is this that's going on in this Nyabohanse? Why is it that girls are doing these things? Please explain to me, because I want to understand. Is it desperation? Is it poverty? Is it lack of exposure? Is it excitement that I'm talking to a white person? I'm talking to someone abroad, because automatically they assume that everybody they're speaking to is a Mzungu. Whether it's a black American, whether it's an African.
As long as you have called you that number,
exactly.
That is not a Kenyan number.
So what is it? What do you think is going on?
So guys, welcome back to A Journey of 1,000 Voices channel. Thank you so much, A Journey of 1,000 Voices, for hosting me on your channel.
It's my pleasure, as usual.
Yeah, I really appreciate so much. I go by the name by Ernest, the way my sister, she introduced me here. So I really appreciate you hosting me to your channel. So we are going to start our video from here with your first question. Okay, may I think it's because of how did you say the desperation?
Is it? Can we call it desperation? Exactly. Can we call it poverty? Because I've seen you, especially you men. I am always pro women. Understand this. Despite the fact that women will do ABCD, but for me, I will always stand for the woman, because I am a woman and I understand that sometimes we don't do it out of, we don't do certain things because we want to. We do it out of necessity. Do you understand?
I don't know how to pronounce
desperation.
Exactly. That is the issue that is making people to do such things right now.
And what is making them desperate? We were living before YouTube. We were existing before YouTube. Our lives were going on before YouTube. So what is making them desperate?
You know, when YouTube came at this village, the person who brought this YouTube in this village, he never introduced it in a good way that even at least to give people a small knowledge, or at least to gather them down and let them to know there's a disadvantage and an advantage, you know.
Can I interrupt you, Ernest?
It's okay.
When you say the person who brought YouTube to this village, right? When you say that, it's like it's one person who carried this YouTube on his back and said, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. I'm not pro anybody or against anybody. Do you understand? I'm not for or against anyone. I'm just here to find out the truth. I've noticed that majority of you reactors are like, okay, the so-and-so brought YouTube here. How did he bring YouTube here? Did he not introduce it? Like, people saw that this guy is taking his camera, he's shooting videos, and he's making money. He started maybe by building his mama house, and then now he's building his own house. So people want to emulate that. Yeah?
You know, after people seeing that happening in the village, and you know, this village of ours, people have primitivity, a lot of primitivity. So they were interested, and they started doing as the same thing that the guy was doing.
But I never saw him take off his clothes and bathe in the rivers.
No.
Did you see him? No, let's call a spade a spade. And I'm not for him or against him.
It's okay.
But when you say that whatever the guy was doing, so does it mean that he was the one who was going to bathe in the rivers?
You know what? This guy, when he was at Colombia, he did a lot of videos that maybe you have not watched those videos.
No, actually I've not.
Exactly. He did a lot of dirty things in Colombia.
Like what? What dirty things?
The guy, even he was kissing three.
But kissing women is not a problem. Honest.
He used to go even in the beach from one woman to another woman, filming those films like those nudist films that we are talking, you know. And when he came back in this village, you know, even you know, for example, when something is happening or a new stuff is coming in the village, if you are the one who are involved with it, it's good to go and even to call for a meeting to your village mates, to your age mates, at least to tell them even something, at least to advise them, because you have the experience. For example, we have we have agriculture program in this village. they are giving out people fence. There's I know you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When they were giving out to farmers those seeds, they called them. They told them how to use it, when it's outgrown, how you'll do it, and how you'll fence your compound. Exactly.
But
You know?
I still don't listen. I kind of get your point, but look at it from my point of view, right? I'm very new in the YouTube streets, right? I am not biased against anyone. For me, my channel is love and light, and let's support women and everything.
Even my
But now, when I'm asking you about women issues, and then you come and say that this person introduced YouTube, did he come and put a placard and say that I am giving out YouTube classes, or come and join YouTube because YouTube does
Guys,
this? I think people saw that he was
on that
doing it
video
and they
alone,
wanted to
as you have
emulate.
watched it, you see the question itself was so clear. And Ernest is being asked a question to explain that why is it that the ladies mostly from Nyaboans in that village engaging in Nordic experience. And Claudia is coming out with very specific point that if somebody so clever could provide an antidote. But it's Ernest is engaging to shenanigan. One, let me tell you, Claudia is saying, is it because of desperation? Is it because of poverty? Which I agree is the pointers, or these are the indicators, or the precursors to this kind of heinous problems. Not what Ernest is saying. Because Ernest doesn't want to deal with the elephant in the house. Are you there? So Claudia gets it right. It is because of poverty, others are desperation, and it's because of this myth that we were sold to, that about the white people. Because of somebody's a European, somebody's in abroad, therefore the life there could be, at least somehow, I want to receive dollars from there, or euros, or whatever kind of monies it might be. This is where the problem lies. Because the perceptions of people in the village to how they look a particular life of other country, they think it's easier over there. That's why people could come into this YouTube street to start begging. It's only those who are so industrious enough and smart would make it abroad. If you're not, and you're taken there, of course you can shift the position itself. Therefore, other people could not even fathom staying over there. They will run. This is the notion that Ernest was not getting. Ernest also alluded to desperation at one point, but later diverted or diverged into the village shenanigan that is saying there is only one guy who brought the YouTube in this village, and that's the problem. It's Ernest, I'm telling you, that's not the problem, because Claudia, a journey of thousands voices, also told you that's not the problem. That's not the problem. The problem, it's you who is sending this Nordic experience. It doesn't matter the audience that you are getting who are watching you. When Ernest was put to task and being asked the question, tell me how that one becomes a problem, he diverted again and saying that IAM-Marwa did several kind of videos in Colombia, the dirty ones, according to him. When he was asked how dirty was it, it was about kissing several women on the YouTube street. Claudia told him there's no problem of kissing women. Where's the problem in that? There's no problem. We haven't seen IAM-Marwa removing his clothes and bathing in the river. That one points and begs the question, who told these specific people to go and bathe the river? More so, there's no problem in bathing in the river. Almost in the entire Africa, for those who don't have the water resources in their home, they go and bathe in the river. The only problem, now it is being televised on this YouTube street and on the screen. These things happens everywhere. If you go to all this African society, you'll find and see people who are bathing in the river. In my own community, across the rivers. Even me, before, I bathed in the river. And the point we used to bathe, you find, this is the bridge. Under the bridge is safe. On the left, men's side. On the right, women's side. Typically, a person who could walk in the middle of the bridge could see both people bathing. Women. Sometimes we could be chased by the chiefs around because the people lack the water resources. It is because it's not being televised in other places. There is no problem in bathing the river. The problem is when, how, and what are you saying? The problem is not bathing. The problem is televising your bathing. Of what intent are you televising it? You are enticing people. That's a fact. Ernest was beaten 10-0. You know? Was beaten 10-0. He said, the man brought YouTube. The man never told people, never educated people on what to do. Guys, how many number of times IAM-Marwa has told people to stop the shortcuts? These are the shortcuts that IAM-Marwa was telling people, avoid shortcuts. Obey and trust the process. It is slowly. It's not you are getting into YouTube, therefore, in a period of 2 weeks, you want to be IAM-Marwa. You want to achieve what IAM-Marwa has achieved in 18 good years. And this is now the sort of narrative that now jealousy itself will crop in. And you start being against your brother just because of what your brother is having. It did not stop from there. Because it also digressed to a particular kind of action. Because a journey of 1,000 voices also asked is Ernest. Tell me your perspective so that I can understand. He asked Ernest, what does it entail when somebody brings a YouTube that IAM-Marwa never even placed a placard to tell people, come, I teach you the YouTube. People just wanted to emulate what IAM-Marwa is doing. But it's Ernest started again gambling with the truth, looking where the truth is. He couldn't find. He decided to pull the issues of masterclass that doesn't even correspond. But again, he was debunked big time. Perhaps let's listen.
The masterclass. The masterclass, I remember I watched some of the videos, and the masterclass was that he was doing the masterclass during his party or before his party or during that time when he had the long party, a month-long party. That one, okay, fine. He was selling it. But was it that time that he had come, that he had brought YouTube into the village?
Yes, he has already brought the village. It has. I think it's the second time after coming, introducing YouTube in the village, and then he left. Now that it was the second time coming in the village.
So when he came to the village, that's when people wait, let me ask, because if I do something, right, I open a shop, right? I open a shop and I'm selling samosas or chips or French fries or whatever you want to call it. And then I'm making money off that shop. Then somebody else says that, oh my God, Claudia is selling chips and she's making money. And the person goes and copies me. Does it mean that I'm the one who brought this business?
But I think even when you are going to open that shop, I don't think that you are going to sell those things, you know, all of those things, the price. You maybe go and even in the shop the price, or maybe you go to consult to ask.
See, that's different. That's a market survey. That one, I'm going to know the prices of those things.
Okay,
right? I'm going to set my price.
Let me elaborate very well. For example, when this guy was making a party, he was holding making a party in the village. Almost 75% of all YouTubers from this village, they were there.
Because
true or false?
You listen, I think when he brought it, for them, what I think, and I'm not pro him, and I'm not pro you, and I'm not pro anyone, right? We're just trying to, because I've noticed that people keep saying that this person introduced YouTube and everything is his fault, and everything is his fault.
Let us put it this way, so that at least you can understand what I'm trying to highlight outside. Even locally here, you know, YouTube right now, it's like politics.
Is it? I don't know. You know, I don't hang around.
Now I'm telling you now, it's like politics. For example, the guy who introduced this YouTube in the village, he has his own people.
And that's a given.
His own people that because even himself, he has been saying that he's the one who introduced he's the one who introduces our subscribers, our subscribers number, the audience. He's the one who brought that audience in this village. So all of the people who are watching me, they came from him. You know?
Fine.
So definitely, he, at least the good thing that he could do to these village mates, he could call all of them if you,
So that is
you
the
have already
video
opened
again.
the channel, because he's the one who
It's
started
Ernest
all
is
that.
fumbling. He couldn't even really find an antidote because it's the one who wanted to come to this video in that discourse and provide an antidote of what is happening. Then is prescribing the wrong antidote. He's been beaten 10-0. You know, you cannot blame IAM-Marwa with all these issues, even in the iota of a doubt. The person who invented the phone for specific purposes, never told you to go and do other kind of shenanigan through that phone. Whoever designed a curriculum for education designed that curriculum because his or her objective was interested in Alana. At the end of this lesson, Alana, this is for those who have been a teacher. Being a teacher, I've prepared the schemes of work and a lesson plan. When a teacher gets to a class, a teacher is interested with only Alana, not majority of people. A teacher will be speaking to Alana. That's why it's saying the objective is, at the end of this topic, Alana would be able to define the time taxonomy, will be able to mention different forms of taxonomy, will be able to understand the word classification. Not the learners, Alana. IAM-Marwa brought a YouTube of the same morality that at least a person's life would be changed, not persons. IAM-Marwa was only interested in one person. YouTube might have reached very many, but at least there are few or one that would really get it right, and we could count majority of them, if not one, who got it right. No shortcut. She's given you even an example of a shop. He opens a shop, a kiosk, selling the French fries or chips. Then somebody comes and copies. Then somebody's business goes and flop. Then her stand. People will start blaming her of using other unconventional means of getting customers, which is so gauche, which is so wash. If somebody has turned his kiosk, a part of selling chips, to be a brothel, that would be another issue altogether. You are talking about the issue of the masterclass, because it has been in the wavelength of this YouTube, people are saying, oh, masterclass was the hotbed of Nordic experience. Claudia has told you she's interacted with all those masterclass. There's nothing like that. And he was selling a masterclass mainly of the purpose of how you progress on a YouTube. There's nowhere that is mentioned Nordic experience in those kind of masterclass. Those are the lies that were being debunked. Those are the lies that are being debunked. The problem in the village is like, they don't want to deal with the elephant in the house. And the elephant in the house is the desperation. It is the poverty. It is the shortcut. It is people know the truth, but the jealousy cropping in, then they are forming the blanket condemnations towards IAM-Marwa. No, it's just utter jealousy of IAM-Marwa. The politics that is cropping in and scraping in because of the YouTube is because of the jealousness. It is because for the people, when IAM-Marwa called people for the YouTube, there are other people who went left wing, never wanted to associate with IAM-Marwa going forward. But their main aim was to counter the IAM-Marwa movement. So these are the people who are the problem. The problem is people who have been hired to do the devil's work in that community. That's the problem. Another issue is the issue of the exposure. People are not exposed. You know, other people opened YouTube channel with only one aim, to make it. Whatever comes, what may, through thick and thin. Therefore, with that desperation and with that notion to make it, which means you are very ready to do anything to get money. If you are getting to YouTube to make money, therefore you'll end up with the Nordic experience. But if you're joining YouTube as an employment, any form of employment, people don't make money in it. People earn money The last time I checked, there is only one organization that is making money, and that is an organization is called Delarue. Therefore, there is no any human being who can make money apart from Delarue, and even the government itself cannot make money. The money is earned through employment. So if you turn YouTube as your source of employment, therefore you'll make it through YouTube. If you turn YouTube as a tool of making money, therefore you'll end up in a shortcuts and a deals, cutting through left and right that will bring you down and bring shame unto you. The same it has done to majority of people. So such kind of lies were debunked big time, not in this era. It's only the foolishness or the fools who cannot fathom and understand the little things and extrapolate issues with their cosmetic nature. Therefore, you'll end up landing into a wrong antidote. The people of Nyabo Anze, who always apportion blame, they'll never learn because they don't want to hear the truth. You must be told the truth to leave the shortcut alone. You must be told the truth that you use YouTube on the rightful purposes. IAM-Marwa cannot tell you anything. It's up to you. YouTube has got the regulation and it tells you what is allowed and what's not allowed. Therefore, if you decide to use that kind of equipment and a tool that was given to you freely on this earth, therefore stop blaming other people. Stop apportioning the blame. Let me know what you're thinking at the comment section. Until next time, this is Senior Zach.